In the energy quadrant today, we close out the week virtually unchanged. While we were up on the day about 1%, natural gas basically got to the unchanged level. The week ended up being 2 down days, 3 up days. The 2 down days were fairly dramatic, but then the 3 up days made it all back up again to leave us at unchanged. And that's only critical because of the massive up week we had last week. Last week was the strongest weekly performance in natural gas futures we'd seen all year, which lines up with the seasonality. So it wasn't that it was shocking, just that it came all at once. And this particular week, while starting off with a little bit of a pullback, did not fill the gap that we saw develop between November 1st and November 4th. But what we did see again is unchanged on the week. The EIA came out with a much smaller build on inventories than expected. The surplus to the 5-year average actually decreased to 28 billion cubic feet. And again, that doesn't really play in well with the seasonality. The surplus could at least manage prices, and that's part of the reason that we ended up with a little bit lower, with an unchanged week. Also, next week's build is supposed to be smaller than the 5-year average for that particular week in terms of natural gas supplies, according to analyst estimates of what the EIA data for natural gas is going to look like. And the weather demand expected to be high, coming off of a moderate to high period. We had a pretty big cold blast in the Midwest early in the week, moving out to the East Coast. That is supposed to move out. We're supposed to get a slight reprieve, and then an Arctic blast coming in east of the Rockies, which obviously will include the Dakotas, moving into the Midwest where I live, and then on to the East Coast after that before there's any sort of break at all. So natural gas demand is supposed to be higher as well. That, at least given the current condition, given all else equal, given the lower expected build in natural gas, will at least support prices in the short term.